You're 24, sitting alone in your apartment on a Friday night, phone face down on the table, 3 unanswered texts, 2 missed calls, and you feel absolutely nothing. No guilt, no loneliness, just quiet, just peace. And that terrifies everyone around you. The Surgeon General just declared it official. America is drowning in a loneliness epidemic. 1 in 4 adults feel completely isolated, broken, desperate for connection. But you chose this. You looked at their names on your screen and decided, not today. Not anymore. And here's what nobody says out loud. You have never felt more like yourself. So when did this start? You weren't always like this. There was a version of you who picked up at 2 a.m., no questions asked, who kept the peace at every family dinner, who absorbed everyone's chaos like a sponge that never got wrung out. You were the one they called when things fell apart, and you answered every single time. You listened to the same complaints, gave the same advice, watched them ignore it, watched them come back, until one day, the phone rang and you just didn't pick up. The world didn't end. It got quieter. That moment wasn't weakness. That was your nervous system finally doing its job. Dr. Stephen Porges calls it polyvagal theory. When people drain you one too many times, your brain doesn't ask permission. It flips a switch, moves you out of social engagement mode, and into what researchers call the dorsal vagal response. Shutdown, withdrawal, conservation. Not because you're broken, because your brain is protecting your energy like the finite resource it actually is. But here's the question nobody asks. Where did your nervous system learn that people were a threat in the first place? For most of us, the answer goes back further than we want to admit. Maybe you grew up reading the room before you could read books, scanning your parents' face the second they walked through the door, learning that someone's mood could shift the entire atmosphere of a home in seconds. Psychologist Murray Bowen called this emotional cutoff. It's what happens when a child learns that closeness always comes with a cost, that love and chaos are a package deal. So you adapted. You became the one who sensed the storm before anyone else felt the wind. And now, every time someone gets too close, that same blueprint activates. It's not a flaw. It's a survival map your younger self drew to keep you safe. But surviving and living aren't the same thing. Here's the part that cuts deep. The CDC reports that prolonged isolation raises your risk of heart disease by 29%, stroke by 32%. It's not just emotional. It's physical. Your body keeps the score. But here's what they leave out of the report. Being surrounded by the wrong people is just as dangerous. So how do you know the difference? Walls block everyone. The good, the bad, the ones still figuring themselves out. Walls are built from fear. Boundaries are built from self-awareness. If you cut someone off and felt relief, that's not coldness. That's data. And a 2023 Nature Neuroscience study confirmed something else. People who experienced early emotional stress developed heightened threat detection. Your brain got surgically precise at reading people. That feeling when something's off before anyone said a word? That's not paranoia. That's thousands of hours of data compressed into instinct. You're not antisocial. You're selective. There's a difference between loneliness and solitude that most people never learn. Loneliness is craving connection you don't have. Solitude is choosing peace you finally built. Your phone is quiet, and that quiet feels like oxygen, not rejection. Harvard's 75-year happiness study found one thing matters, not how many people you have. The right ones. If your circle is small but full of people who actually see you, you're not doing it wrong. You're doing it right. Protect your peace.